Hello everyone at home in their living rooms. Welcome to another edition of Square One's 1:15 Wednesday clinical exercise / Pilates mat class. Remembering that this mat class requires zero equipment at home, just a mat about 2 by 2 meters squared, a smile and some enthusiasm. Now remembering today everyone that we work within the constraints of our own bodies and our pathology. So if you've got anything that's sore or niggly, just don't push it unless your physio's told you to, in which case that is okay. All right, so today again, we've got the lovely Lucy in pink today, and we've got Nicola manning the cameras behind us. You might be able to see her hand waving. Anyway, can or can't not. And we've addressed the sound issue that a few of you have been noticing over the couple of weeks. So do let us know, is the sound working better this week? I'm not just talking louder, I've actually got a microphone on. It's technology. Brilliant. All right, Lucy, are you ready to go?
Ready.
Yes, ready. All right, so let's start lying down on our backs again. All right, so remembering at home, everyone, the start-up position when we're lying on our backs, we're going to have our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. Knees are pointing up to the roof and the pelvis is in a level position. So we're going to have just a little bit of an arch underneath our lower back. We're going to have the shoulders melting down into the mats underneath us. We're going to take a big inhale breath to prepare and a big exhale breath out of our mouth. Big inhale breath in through the nostrils. Big exhale breath out of the mouth. Beautiful. And we're just going to do a few big deep breaths here, slowing down our breathing, slowing down our central nervous system. Just saying a few shout outs to everyone who we know is watching. Hi Mum, hello your friend Di in Adelaide, and hi Tony Park from Sydney. All right, now from here everyone, Tony especially listening here, we're going to inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to tuck our pelvis and imprint our lower spine down into the mat. And then as we inhale, we're going to roll the pelvis the other way and have a little arch underneath our lower back here. Good. Exhale, imprint the pelvis back down, and then inhale, roll the pelvis the other way. Beautiful. So we're just finding how we move the pelvis and it affects the position of the lumbar spine on the mat. Very important concept. Good. Now, as we're going with this, everyone, let's revisit the concept of the pelvic clock that we visited a few weeks ago. So if we now imagine that we're lying down on a clock face, 6 is underneath our belly button, 12 is underneath our pubic bone, and 3 and 9 are both of our hips, respectively. We've been rolling a little marble from our pubic bone to our pubic bone to our belly button, and that is 6 to 12. Excellent. Now, from here, what we're going to do, we're going to start taking the pelvis around the full expression of the clock. So we're going to start off by rolling the marble towards our nose, towards our belly button. This is 6. Then we're going to roll it across to 3, and then down to 12, back to 9, and then back to 6 again. So rolling that marble around the circumference of the pelvis. Excellent. Now with this little movement, we're moving all of the little vertebrae. Those are the little bones in your lower back. And what we're aiming to do is mobilize the little facet joints, the little joints in your spine. And this is easing any stiffness that you've accumulated in your back since we saw each other last week. Very good. Now, as we do this, team, what we're trying to make sure is happening is that the knees stay still and that we're getting the movement from the pelvis and into the lower back. Beautiful. Now, from here, everyone, we're going to take the pelvis around in the reverse direction. So take a moment, orient yourself, and then around we go in the reverse direction. Beautiful. You might find it a little bit trickier this way. That's okay. That's perfectly normal. Give you a little bit of time to think about it. So remembering, orient yourself to your clock face. 12 underneath your pubic bone, 6 underneath your belly button, and then 3 and 9 are both of your hips. And we're rolling the marble around to each of those quadrant points and fleshing out each of the numbers. Fabulous work, Lucy. Now at home during the week, if we start to feel stiff or sore in our lower backs because we're sitting in different chairs, this is the exercise for us to do. Brilliant. Now, Lucy, coming back to the middle here, keep the pelvis nice and heavy. We're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, take the right leg up into a tabletop position, pause here. Then we're going to bring the left leg up into a tabletop position to join it. Excellent. Now, keeping the angle behind the back of this knee here, we can all see this in the screen here that it's 90 degrees. As we tap this toe down towards the ground, we're keeping the bend behind the back of the knee the same, and then tapping the other leg. Excellent. So what in effect it does here is, if you watch Lucy's hip, it's opening her up through the front of her left hip, bringing it back up, and then opening her up through the front of the right hip. Excellent. So we're going to do 3 more of these on either side, and I want you to very lightly and very delicately tap onto the floor as if you're touching touching little lily pads, or if you'd like a little bit more of a masculine aggressive cue, like you're trying not to activate the landmines as you touch the foot down. Excellent. That might work for some of the more aggressive females too. We're just going to crack a smile from Lucy. So let's go heels together now. We're going to move into a slightly more advanced version. Stick with the single leg toe taps if that's the right level for you. Otherwise, connect the heels together, have the knees open to the side a little bit more, and we're going to toe tap both of the toes down towards your lily pad or your landmine, and then bring it back up. Tap the toes, bring it back up. Now that I've let go of Lucy's legs, you can probably see the shaking from where you are in your living rooms. In the tummy, we're starting to work this a little bit more. Very nice. It's lucky she just didn't have a mountain of cheese for lunch, isn't it, Lucy? Yes, well, we'll do 3 more of these, everyone. Beautiful. 2 and 1, and bring it back up. Give the knees a little cuddle in towards your chest for the moment. Very nice. What we're going to do from here now is we're going to learn the first component of the double leg stretch. The double leg stretch is an exercise that we'll revisit in full later on in the class, but we'll learn the first component now. So let's pop the hands back on top of the shins here, Lucy. Let's take the knees just a little bit out towards the side, and the heels are together. So from here, we're going to stretch the arms and the legs long and away from each other. So legs go that way, arms go overhead, and then fold the knees in and take hold of the back of the legs again. So we stretch out, make as big a shape as we can, and then pull it back in, hands onto the legs. Stretch it out, bring it back in. Now, if this is too much for you with 2 legs at home, just do 1 leg. That is perfectly acceptable, and you'll get lots of benefit out of doing a single leg variation. Very nice. Whichever variation we're doing at home, be it the single leg or the double leg, wherever we're at, we're going to now stretch the arms and the legs out and pause and hold it here for 6, 5, 4, drop these ribs down, everyone at home, and here with me, Lucy, 2, 1, fold it back in, and stretch it out again for everyone at home doing the other leg. Lucy can do 2 legs again, holding it here, 6, 5, breathing, 4, thank you, 2, smiles optional but encouraged, 1, bring it back in, and feet back down onto the floor there. Oh, nice work, well done, Lucy. Feeling warm in the tummy? Yeah. Good. Hands behind the head. That's our warm-up done, team. Let's start the real work now. So we'll move into the chest lift that we've been working on. So the ribs are dropping down. We're going to exhale to curl up here, and then inhale to curl back down. This is our base model. Exhale up, inhale back down. Lovely. 3 more of these. And remember, find that pelvic clock again. Keep the pelvis in the middle of that clock, so the marble is right in the center. Then from here, we curl up all together as 1 unit. Stretch the arms long, take hold of the back of your thighs. Grab the legs, peel up a little higher. Good, pause here. Notice how Lucy's wing bones are off the mat. Keep them there. Hands come back behind the head. Awesome. And then roll back down, a little shake, shake, shake through the tummy. Excellent. Curling up with an exhale. Inhale, reach the arms long, curling up higher, hands back behind the head, and rolling down. Nice. We'll do 3 more of these, Lucy. Inhale, arms go long. Exhale, come up. Inhale, hands behind the head. exhale back down. Good. Now, the people that have been with us, keep going, Lucy, for the last couple of weeks, you'll actually notice that Lucy's started to improve. So she's maintaining her curl up shape here, much better than she was a few weeks ago. I don't know if you recognize that, but I have. Very good, Lucy. He's going to hit me afterwards. Roll down. One more here, Lucy. Come on up. Stretch the arms long. Good. Pause there. Now, bring both of your legs back up into tabletop again, everyone. Yep, hands come on top of the knees here. Now, go back to the single leg version or pop your head down if this is too much, but we're now going to stretch everything away from each other. Keep the arms lifted and bring the arms back around. Hands on top of the legs for the double leg stretch. Stretch it out. Bring it back in. Good. Lovely. And what we're doing is we're using an exhale breath as we stretch it out to keep our ribs connected and our tummy on. Lovely. Let's all do 4 more of these. Remember, you can do it with your head down or you can do one leg as well. Lots of options here, but I've given Lucy the advanced option. Nice. Now from here, everyone, again, we're going to stretch the arms and legs out. Hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. And then the other leg. Lucy does 2 legs again. Lovely. She's smiling. She loves it. For 4, for 3. Oh, did you shake your head? I didn't think I saw that. 2, 1, bring it back in and roll back down, Lucy. Well done. Place the feet onto the ground and we'll go arms down by the side, palms are down flat. Beautiful. Everyone at home, let's bring our feet in a little bit closer towards our pelvis and make sure the feet are hip distance apart. So they're a little bit further apart than that. Great. Let's move into some bridges now, everyone. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the tailbone under. Remember that monkey tail reaching up long that way there. Wrap that monkey tail around a beam on your top of your roof. And then as you exhale, elongate your monkey tail as you roll down to lengthen out your spinal vertebrae, your lower back bones. Come down all the way. Roll your pelvis to neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, curl the pelvis under. Rolling up. Inhale here. And exhale, roll back down. Beautiful work. Let's do 3 more bridges like this, everyone. Now, a bridge is very safe and accessible to most people, so we should all be giving this a go. If it's the next couple of exercises get a little bit challenging for our shoulders or for our lower back, just stick with the double leg bridge, okay? Because this is going to give us heaps of benefit in through our hamstrings and in through our glutes, those bits I was just tapping there. Thank you, Lucy. Then roll up into your bridge, everyone. We're going to pause here in the bridge. Great. We're now going to reach the arms overhead with an inhale breath and then exhale, take the hands back next to the hips to there. Inhale, arms go over. Exhale, arms come back down. Awesome. Let's do 4 more of these, everyone. Keep those arms moving in unison with each other and imagine you've got a little ball of energy between your hands and you're squeezing your little ball of energy. Lovely. Don't twist it, just squeeze it. Excellent. And 3 more here. So you don't want to do anyway, 2 more of those, Lucy, so we stay focused in here, everyone. And last one here. Good. Now, pop the arms back down by your side. Roll back down for a moment. Good. Give your knees a little cuddle into your chest and just give them a little side to side, just a little stretchy here. Make that back feel yummy and good. Melt it into the mat. Delicious. Then, feet back down onto the floor. Now, remembering here your options are, everyone, either stick with the bridge or stay with the arms arcing over if that's your level. Otherwise, Lucy's going to show us the more advanced version. We're going to peel up into a bridge here, everyone. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to float the right leg up into a tabletop position and then pop that foot back down onto the table and then float the left leg up into a tabletop position and then pop that back down. Brilliant. Bring the right leg up and then the left leg back down. Fabulous. So sticking with the march, if this is the right level for us, or just with our bridges going up and down. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, pause with this leg up here. We're now going to float the arms overhead and then lower them back down towards the hips again. Awesome. Arms come over and then back down to the hips. Awesome. Now, as we're doing our arms here, everyone, we're making sure that the hips are staying level with each other. We're keeping the glutes and the hamstrings of the leg that's on the ground supported and engaged. And this leg is in a pure tabletop position, thigh vertical, shin horizontal. Good. Are we all starting to feel a little burning to the glutes, everyone at home? Good. Yes, I heard you all say yes. I heard you, Emily. Good. Keep going. 2 more. And arms come all the way back down. Pop this leg down and bring the other leg up. Awesome. Pausing there. Arms come up and over, and then the arms go back down. Lovely. Now this exercise, everyone at home, this is for Abby last week, the daughter of our receptionist, Emma, who is 12 years old and gave me the feedback that this was not hard enough. So here you go, Abby. This is a hard one. Send me a video of you doing it properly. If I don't get that, then I don't believe you've done it properly. So let's make sure you're at home working hard and not bothering your dad, Richard, too much. Lovely. 2 more of these, everyone. Now, let's go. Hands back down there, Lucy. Foot back down. Roll back down through your spine. Fabulous. Awesome. Let's now keep the pelvis nice and heavy. We're going to start to move into our little crisscross section here. So we're going to take the hands back behind the head. Let's curl up into our chest lift that we've been practicing. Pausing here now. Now we're going to take our right shoulder across towards our left pelvis into a spinal twist, back into the center, and then take your left shoulder towards your right hip, back to the center, and then to the other side. Now, the important bit of this movement here is not actually the twist movement, it's as we come back to the center, making sure we're staying really lifted up here. Yes, that's it. Twist to the side, and then to the center, and then to the other side. Stay lifted. Excellent. But if you need a little break for your neck, roll down, have a little break. But this is a very good one to be doing for our neck rehab to make sure that we're strong in through the muscles in the front of the neck. Beautiful. Now, either stay here, actually roll down for a moment, Lucy, have a little break. Take your head side to side, everyone. Give the neck here a little stretch. That feels good. Now, what we're going to do, let's all move into our crisscross. We've been learning this one over the last couple of weeks. So we're going to go straight into it. Newer people at home, just watch for a little bit and join in when you feel ready. We'll bring both of the legs up into tabletop. Lovely. We're then going to curl up into our chest lift here again. We're going to take our right shoulder across towards our left hip and stretch out the right leg simultaneously. Come back into the center and then stretch the other leg out long. Bring it back into the center. Lovely. And we're going to alternate sides where we twist and twist. Very good. Now, key point here, everyone, is that we're taking the shoulder across to that opposite hip. That's what we're aiming to do. Most common mistake people make here is try to take the elbow to the knee. That's not adding spinal rotation. That's just adding arm movement. Let's make sure it's your shoulder moving. Great. 2 more on either side, everyone. Should be feeling a great sense of warmth in through the front of the stomach. And twist and hold it here for 6. 5, 4, 3, reach that leg longer, 2, 1, back into the center, stretch it straight to the other side, holding it here, twisting, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back down. Well done, Lucy. Beautiful work. Let's now roll onto our sides to face towards the cameras or towards your tablets or laptops at home, everyone. We're going to have the underneath arm bent underneath us here, and we're going to stretch out both of the legs long to start off with today. Excellent. So hand down flat in front of us here, everyone. The 2 hips are stacked on top of each other. And then from here, we're going to turn this top leg out. What that means is the hips stay stacked, but the leg is rotated from the hip. We're now going to point these toes here, and we're going to bend the knee and draw a long line up the inside of our shin, and then slide it back down and squeeze our glutes and inside thighs together. Draw it up, and then stretch it out long. Fabulous. Draw it up, and stretch it back out. Excellent. Now, what we're focusing on here is our hips. Now, the Adelaide people, you're going to understand this reference, but the Sydney people, you might need to Google it. There's a landmark in Adelaide called the Mall's Balls, where you've got two giant silver balls. Have you heard of this, Lucy? No, okay, geography. You've got two giant silver balls stacked on top of each other, and that's called the Mall's Balls. And what we used to do when we were kids would be like, I'll meet you at the Mall's Balls at 12 o'clock in Rundle Mall. Anyway, Adelaide people will get it. Non-Adelaide people, Google the Mall's Balls in Rundle Mall. What I'm trying to get to, I'm looping back to my point, is that you're keeping top pelvis stacked on top of the bottom pelvis, just like the Mall's Balls, two silver structures. Nice. Now, if this movement here is enough for your hips today, stick with this. Otherwise, Lucy's going to demonstrate the développé. So we bend the knee, we pause here, we keep the thigh still, and we just extend at the knee, and then lower the leg down long onto the other leg here. Fold it in, stretch the leg out long, lowering it back down. Fabulous. Folding it in, stretch it long, lower down. Great. Fold it in, stretch long, lower down. Fab. Keep going with this, Lucy, and everyone else. This is now starting to work on the deep muscles into our hip, the control and stability muscles. And it's also going to work into our side oblique muscles, as the obliques are having to control our torso here. Fab. Two more this way, everyone. You starting to feel this, Lucy? Yep. Good. Good. Keep going. Noted. One more here. And let's now do the reverse. So with the reverse, we bring up a long straight leg here. Oh, and then we bend the knee and then stretch it out long. Fantastic. Squeeze those glutes. Bring the leg up, fold the knee. Important bit here is the squeeze component. Fabulous. Leg comes up, tap it down, squeeze the glutes and the inner thighs together. Nice. Four more here, everyone. And as we take this leg up, make sure that knee's staying straight, straight, straight. Good. Pressing it out long. Fantastic work. Lovely. So everyone at home, hope you're leaving little comments, little thumbs up, little things you'd like to work on. We'll try and address those over the weeks coming. Two more of these, everyone. Feeling good, Lucy? Yeah.
Keep count.
Pardon, feeling like I can't keep count. That's a very fair assessment of the situation. Stretch the legs out long here. Good work. And let's now, everyone, bring up. So what I want you to do, we're going to give this top hip a break. I want you to focus on the underneath leg now. So I want you to feel like the top leg is just hanging down really heavy, and then you power and energize through the underneath leg, and you use the underneath leg to pick up the top leg and then lower it back down. Look, it will work into your top hip a little bit, but I'd like you to focus on the work being generated in the underneath leg to lift up both of the legs here. Fantastic. This is going to now work more into the oblique muscles here and more into the inner thigh of the underneath leg. Great work. Woo! Two more here, Lucy. Bring it up and then bring it up again at the end. And we're going to do just little beats of this top leg here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep this top leg still and then beat the underneath leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the legs together, lift them a little bit higher at the end. Squeeze that last little bit of juice out of you. Enjoy it. And crack a smile and lower the legs down. Beautiful work. Okay, now let's bend both of the knees, everyone. Let's give ourselves a little treat. So from here, keep the underneath arm bent, stretch the top arm out long in front of you, and then take the arm up to the roof and then twist into your book opening. Nice, big, beautiful stretch here. And bring that arm all the way back down. Fantastic. Open the arm up again. Big twist, get these ribs moving and bring it back. And last week we started focusing on the underneath rib cage, underneath ribs coming forward to really complement that rotation and get you going further around in your book opening. Fabulous work. So book openings are such a great exercise. They're great for everybody to do. They're the best exercise. They're beautiful. Opens up through the front of the chest. Really good for your neck posture, really good for your shoulders, and really good for your upper back to make sure you stay upright and elegant for the rest of your lives. Beautiful. Then pausing there, everyone. Now, if this next exercise is a little bit too much for your shoulder, come back to the book openings, do some book openings, or maybe even do a few little clams for your hips as well. Otherwise, if we're ready to go on, we're going to prop ourselves up onto our elbow on our side here. We're going to have, these knees back a little bit more here. So the knees are in line with the hips, are in line with the shoulder. We're going to have our shoulder drawn back onto the back of your rib cage. And then we're going to exhale as we pick the hips up off the ground into a little side plank. And then inhale as we come back down, lower the hips. Excellent. Exhale, lift the hips up. And then inhale back down. Now look, this should be actually pretty accessible to almost everybody, as long as you don't have a neck or a shoulder issue. Emily, if you're at home, don't try this one yet. Do some clams, because I saw you in the clinic the other day. Keep going with this, everyone. Emily, do some clams. That'll be really good for you. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to either stay with this version, or if you'd like a slightly more advanced version, let's stretch the top out, leg out long. We lift up. We're going to pause here, and then we're going to lift this leg up and then lower it back down. Lift the leg up and lower it back down. This is going to get you really strongly into this glute med muscle that I've just been working quite strongly for about the last 10 minutes, but we're going to power through. We're going to do this. We're going to dig deep. Great. Bring that leg up, Lucy. Pause there. Little circles for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle it the reverse direction for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, lower it down, lower the pelvis down, and let's bring ourselves around to the other side. Well done, Lucy. That was a challenging little sequence combination of events that we had going on there. So remembering when we set ourselves up, underneath, both legs are stretched out long, underneath arm is bent, hips are like the Mall's balls in Adelaide in the middle of Rundle Mall, one pelvis stacked on top of the other pelvis. Top leg, we're going to turn it out a little bit, and then we're going to point the top foot and then bend the knee and then draw a long line up the inside of the leg and then slide it back down and squeeze the glutes together. Bring it up and stretch it out long. Fabulous. Bring it in, stretching it out long. Great. Keep going with this, everyone. Keep that underneath waist lifted. Beautiful work. Knee up as high as it can go, everyone. Now, it's not about how high the knee goes, though. It's about how stacked we can keep the two pelvic bones on top of each other. Great work. Now, this is the base model. Stick with this one if this is enough for you. If you want more, let's come along. So we're going to bend the knee, pause there, reach that leg long, and then lower it down on top of the other leg. Squeeze the legs together there really firmly. Bend the knee, reach that leg up long, lower it down, squeeze them together. Make sure those hips are staying stacked, knee coming up and back down. We're like a human Rubik's Cube. One bit's going in the one direction, the other bit's going the other way. Fantastic. Good. Bring that head a little bit more to the front, Lucy, and have it down flat. We don't like little Pilates spiders. We like flat hands in Pilates. Good. Now, from here, last one in this direction, lower it down, bring that leg up, long and straight, bend the knee, place it above this knee here, and then slide it out long. Fab. Bring the leg up, tap the knee, sliding it down, squeeze the legs together. Great. Pelvis roll it a little bit more forward, everyone, please. Excellent work. Great. 3 more this way here. Good, should be starting to feel that sense of warmth in that top hip now, everyone. Love it, work it, squeeze it. Let's get it looking like the peach emoji. And squeeze the knees, stretch them out long. Pause there. Now, top leg, keep this one relaxed for the moment. Focusing on the underneath leg. Use the underneath leg to lift the top leg up and lower it back down. Lift that top leg, lowering it down. Fantastic. Now, it's not about the height of the legs, everyone. It's about the control of the pelvis, what's going on at the front of the tummy. Keep that engaged and lifted. Underneath waist is engaged as well. Beautiful. Then lift the legs up, pausing here, everyone. And we're going to do little taps of the top leg. Excellent. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that top leg still and clean, clear, crisp beats of the underneath leg for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze them together at the end. Lift them a little higher. Enjoy that for a moment longer. A little bit more enjoyment. And lower them back down. Good. Then from here, everyone, we're going to bend the knees to start off with. Let's give ourselves that little spinal twist treat. So open the top arm up to the roof, pelvis stays stacked. Bring the underneath rib cage forward and bring the top arm back over in front of you again. Beautiful. Open the arm up, twist, slide these underneath the ribs forward and bring the arm back down here again. Fab. While we're concentrating on the top half, everyone, getting that moving, let's spare some thought for the bottom half of the body as well. So make sure that top knee is pressing forward towards your tablet or towards the screen that I'm on, just to make sure that you're keeping your pelvis aligned and stacked. Beautiful. 2 more book openings here, everyone. Then from here, if we've got shoulder issues going on, stick with the book opening or move into some clams if that's what's right for you. Otherwise, let's stack ourselves up on our elbow, bring the legs back a little bit so they're just slightly in front of our hips. We inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we lift up here and then inhale to lower the hips back down. Good. Exhale to lift up and then inhaling back down. Very nice. So we're squeezing that shoulder to the back of the rib cage there, keeping a long, elegant neck. Fantastic. And it's like we're moving between 2 sheets of glass, front sheet, back sheet, and we're just going up and down in there. So there's no sway forward or backward of the body or of the pelvis. Fabulous. 3 more of these, everyone. And this is going to not only work the muscles on the top waist, but the muscles on the underneath side of the waist as well. All the oblique muscles. These are the delicious ones that give you those nice V lines that look fantastic in summer when we wear our bikinis and budgie smugglers. Now, from here, Nicola's smiled in the background. She's thinking about her bikinis. Then coming up, bring it back down. And let's stretch his top leg out long. Now either stick with the slightly easier version, the book openings or the clams, or if you like Lucy, superstar Lucy, lifting up, pause here, leg comes up, work that glute med, inhale, lower it back down. Awesome. So the body's staying still now, and the leg is just very lightly, effortlessly, and easily tapping onto the earth. Fabulous, barely leaving a footprint. Fantastic. Then lift it, leave it lifted, and we do our little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and circle the other way. I gave you some extra circles, didn't I? For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it at the end. Maintain it. Lift underneath these ribs. Lowering everything back down again. Beautiful. Now, we're all going to come up to a mermaid position, everyone. We're going to stretch out these ribs. So you can either do it with your legs dangling over the edge of the chair at home, or if you've got the available range through your hips, we'll take your legs into a Z sit position. So one leg bent towards the front. Lucy's got her right leg bent here at the front, everyone, and her left toes pointing towards the back of the room behind her. Let's now take the arms out towards the side, and whichever the front leg is, I'm going to refer that to as the right one. So we're going to place the right arm onto the floor, the hand comes down, and then we go up and over and form this crescent moon shape here. And again, remember, pause here, Lucy. Remember what I was saying about what happens on one side of the rib cage affects the other side of the rib cage. So as we close these ribs on this side here, we're going to open these ribs here. I want you to think of the ribs closing, the underside. Come back up here again, Lucy, and then coming over to the left, closing the ribs on the left side, opening the ribs on the right. Arms come back up again, place the left hand down, going up and over, close the left to open the right, back up to the roof, left hand down, over, coming back up tall again, place the right hand down. Now pause here, everyone, and we're going to take this top arm through, thread the needle here, place, make sure this hip doesn't rotate, and feel like you've got a friend pulling your hands towards the wall behind you, adding a little bit more rotation, thoracic rotation into your life. We all need a little bit more thoracic rotation in our life. Bring it back, bring the arm back up, lower the arms down, and we'll swap the legs over to the other side. And then that way we'll get the stretch on the other side there. Hi, Chris, over in the background, I see you, running around like a little monkey. And pop the hand down, up and over that way there. Coming back up and over to the other side. Lovely. Good. Keep going over. Beautiful. Good. So all of our physios, we're all still working, but we've all been put at different clinics at Balgowlah or at Mossman. This is a shout out to the Balgowlah crew. We miss you at Mossman. We can't wait to see you and come over to your house and have dinner. Again, that's to you, Emma. Miss you, miss our dinners. And anyway, we'll be back to normal soon. And coming up, and place the left hand down. Let's twist and rotate. Good. Twisting the top half of us like we're a wine bottle, and we're opening that wine bottle. Or if you're at Emma's, the bottle of rosé, the Le Chat. Good. Twist, and coming back. Put that arm back down onto the floor. Beautiful. Then let's finish off by lying on our stomach, and we're going to do a little bit of extension work. So coming down here, lying down on our tummy. Let's go hands underneath our shoulders, and we'll have the elbow tips elevated up like they're little grasshopper wings. Keep the tummy lifted here, and the legs are long and energized, so they're involved as well. From here, keep long through the back of the neck, press the elbows down, and just come up into a little baby extension, so just into a little baby back bend from the bra strap or your heart rate monitor, Tony Park, and then lowering back down if you're not wearing bras. Good. Now, exhaling, coming back up again, and then inhale back down. Now we're only aiming to come up to where we feel safe. Don't want anyone to come in with any sore bits after this. So it's not a big lift, it's just a little one, okay? Now if we've done this in the clinic before, then we're going to come all the way up into a full swan, into a full extension, shoulders down. This will be really good for your swimming, Miss Mimi Smith. And roll back down, all the way back down. Beautiful. And then coming back up again, opening through the chest. Shout out to my triathlete class. I miss you all. Can't wait to see you. I'm just letting my triathlete class know as well. Amanda, I called you today, left a voicemail, hope to chat to you soon, hope you're doing this class. But I've actually started running. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Don't love it, but I'm getting there. I might even join the Balmoral Tri Club at one point in time, but no promises. Rolling back down and pause down here. Let's now pop our hands onto our forehead here. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to relax the top half of the body, keep those ribs lifted and engaged, and we're going to float up one leg here, lower it back down, and then float the other leg up, and then lower it back down. Fabulous. Let's keep going with this, everyone. And we're going to slowly alternate sides here. And I want you to make sure that with your back, we're keeping this space here open. So we're not squashing it and closing it down, but it's like we're keeping like that little IKEA pencil there. So we're maintaining the integrity of our lower back. Now with this movement here, this is going to work into the glutes and the hamstrings. Single leg should be quite accessible for everybody. If you're up for a challenge, which Lucy is, she's going to bring one leg up. She's going to pause there. She's going to bring the other leg up. She's now going to add the swimming component of the legs. So we're going to beat the legs up and down really quickly, really staccato. Excellent. Now, as she's beating her legs, swimming her legs like that, we aim to keep the pelvis still. So it's just the thigh bone moving, not the hip bones moving. Excellent. You should be feeling this in through your bottom, in through your hamstrings, and a little bit in through our back here as well. Fantastic. And let's lift the legs, pause here and hold it for a moment longer. Squeeze it. You can do anything for 15 seconds. And lower it back down. And let's then pop our hands underneath our shoulders. We're then going to place our bottoms all the way back down onto our heels. Have a little stretchy here. Big stretch through the spine, hang nice and heavy. And we'll breathe into the back of the rib cage. So feel the ribs expanding to the roof and then contracting back down to the floor. Rib cage expands up. Rib cage contracts down. Fab. Stay breathing like this, everyone. And let's just take the hands over to the right-hand side of our mat there and come into a twist. Hi, Sean. Hi, Sean's still treating in the clinic, everyone. Come and visit Sean. He loves to see you all. And he's also doing some HIIT workouts as well, and some workouts for the oldies as well. Jump onto that if you're one of those, but you know, stick with your Pilates as well. It complements everything, so stay with me. Good. And let's take the hands to the other side. Hands to the left, right hand on top. Semi-crescent moon shape made on this side of the body. And let's come back to the center. Bring ourselves up into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to finish off with a cat and happy puppy stretch. So we're going to take an inhale breath. As we exhale, arch up into a cat shape. Lovely. And then as we inhale, coming through a happy puppy shape. Lovely. Exhale, scoop up. Inhale, coming back through the long position into the arch. Excellent. Exhaling up. Shoulders are out of the ears, everyone. Keep going with this. Beautiful. Excellent. Fabulous. So this is going to mobilize our spine, get us feeling really good. Fabulous way to finish off the class. And we'll do 2 more of these. And pausing there, we'll have a little sit on the edge of the bed, Lucy. And thank you very much, everyone. That was our Square One 115 Wednesday Pilates class. Exciting little bit of news that I'd like to share with you all is we've been working very hard on the back end of what we call Square One Connect. So we're going to launch this soon. This is our online portal that is accessible through our website that has got a whole lot of content on how to get you moving, how to keep you moving, desk setup, exercise tutorials at home, Pilates, triathlon things, lots and lots of information to keep you going. We're in the process of filming lots of that, but there's already a whole lot there. We're going to leave a little link for that in the comments so you can have a little look, get it started. And that's, I think, enough from Lucy and I today. So this is Jeremy, the physio from Square One. Over and out. See you next week.